Get up, relax your mind. Stop worrying about these other dudes and get your shine. Get your shine on, man. Why you worry about me? Get your shine on, man. Why you worry about me? To all your haters, get up, relax your mind. Stop worrying about these other dudes and get your shine. Get your shine on, man. Why you worry about me? And get your shine on, man. Why you worry about me?
Yo, what up? This your boy Teddy B, and I'm back with another Get Your Shine On podcast. And due to popular demand and a bunch of feedback from the first one, it's only right that I had to bring my brother D Wright back. We gave y'all a classic podcast about dating and the broken culture, and so a lot's changed since then. So we're gonna touch on that and a couple of other things. So, what up, brother?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Blessed, literally.
Thank you for coming back, man.
Thank you for having me, dog.
Yeah,
Appreciate this.
No problem. So I see you got the nice little setup over there.
Yeah, man, I got contraptions over here, man. I'm pretty much building the Matrix.
with the setup consists of?
I got 2 phones right now, man, and I got one on Facebook Live and I got one on IG Live.
All right.
We wilding out here, but we know what we trying to do. We know we trying to push it.
We got to. We in full grind mode. And you know what's funny? I just thought about something. We did a podcast at the end of last year. Remember that? The very last day of the year, December 31st, we did a podcast, and we said that this year we was going to grind times 10, and here it is.
Manifestation.
Couple of days away, 1 day away from October, and we're in very different worlds right now.
Pushing.
But without further ado, we're going to jump into this dating thing, getting live feedback.
I'm gonna drink some water for this, man. Talk about dating in 2018.
Yeah. So since you live on both platforms, I mean, if anybody wants to chime in.
Oh yeah. I'm on Instagram. Who is D Wright? You know, I'm on Facebook. I'm Darius Wright. You better learn how to spell it though. Follow me on IG. Y'all got it.
Yeah. So are you single?
Yes, very single, man. Very single.
Are you mingling? Are you what's
That's an interesting question.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I'm in this weird place of balance. Like I'm seeking yet not seeking.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So you're not looking for it, but if it comes to you, you'll pursue it.
That's a fact.
Gotcha. And we on the same page. Yeah, know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. The when we did the first podcast, I wasn't the same way, but
things have changed, man.
Things happen. Life happens. So I'm the same way now. So, I mean, what do you think? Has your stance changed on why it's so hard to, find commitment nowadays? Or what is your...
What was my stance? Because I think I'm pretty much the same. I mean, I'll just say my knowledge has expanded. So, like for me now, I get to the point where... me being single this long and going through this weird period of like where I was just like down by myself, it made me really learn to be comfortable with myself. And now I start to see people looking for other people to make them feel comfortable.
Right.
Ultimately.
So you feel that's wrong?
It's just not going to work.
It's not.
It's just not going to work.
I agree.
What's up, Kai? It's just not going to work.
Yeah. So, basically, what do you think, like, how could a person start the process of finding that within themselves versus trying to find that with somebody else? Do you think everybody has to just like, because you mentioned you were struggling. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like everybody has to struggle, or can somebody just like with a free open mind just say, you know what, I'm just going to change and start this process now? Or do you think, because I feel like I'm the same way, because I struggled. The struggle beat me down to like humbleness. You know what I'm saying? It makes you.
For some people, yeah, they need it. But to be honest, the whole process, I mean, it starts with trusting yourself. And on a practical level, trusting yourself is going with your instincts and going with your intuition and being true to yourself. So anybody could do that. But it's simple as this. If some say like, don't go there, don't eat that, be true to that.
Right.
Because every time you deny that, you separate yourself from who you truly are. That's why I'm saying people don't know themselves. We done denied our thoughts so long. Right. To for whatever reason, to conform or whatever.
Got you. All right. So with that being said, I'm guessing this is why that leads to like high levels of depression, stress.
Facts.
Yeah. So recently you stated that you got over depression. I mean, you know, I gotta dig. You know what I'm saying?
It feels so good. Though. I had to take a big sigh out because I was
like
this is a blessing.
First and foremost, congratulations, because that's
Thank
a
you,
super
dog.
big accomplishment. A lot of people don't.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't get past that. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen tragic endings of what.
Yeah, depression is real.
Facts. So what could you tell somebody who's fighting, who's might fight in the future, who's trying to get the way you're at? What could you?
For depression, man. The thing about just depression or anxiety is we gotta really search down in here, bruh. You gotta start asking yourself some true questions.
He's pointing to his soul, y'all.
Yeah, oh my bad. Yeah, I'm on the live. I was pointing to my chest.
I mean, for my fans,
yeah,
on the,
I'm him.
yeah.
No,
okay.
I'm him. Super.
Yeah.
This is radio.
yeah. This is live
I'm
radio.
too used to been on the live.
Yeah.
Nah, but we gotta look down in our chest and be with ourselves. Like that's the first step. Like if you're really down, you're depressed, you need to sit down and be with yourself for a second. And all them thoughts you keep trying to depress, you need to pull them back up and just look at them, because that's your answers to your depression.
Right.
And a lot of it is we think our circumstance is it, when logically speaking, that has not been the case in your whole life. Your whole life you have progressed to being better forms of yourself. Every day you wake up and technically you got more knowledge. Okay. So logically speaking, when we think like we can't get out of this circumstance, or I'm down, I ain't never gonna be up, that's not even logical.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I want you to kind of simplify that though, because a lot of
be esoteric with that shit.
Yeah, because a lot of people not.
Sure, I got you.
Yeah, because if they're trying to search for that deeper level, they're not deeper right now. So
I say it start with just learning how to have peace from within. You gotta have peace inside yourself, and you're gonna get there by meditating. And let me really address meditation. I'll say meditation or introspection.
Okay, what's that?
And what I mean by that is something where you stop, don't do nothing else, just be quiet and breathe, or just think by yourself. No, nothing else around you. You don't even need people.
What are you thinking about?
I'm telling you, when you silence your thoughts, the stuff you need to think about come up.
Okay.
Because it's stuff that we want to think about, but we put other shit in front of our face. We get up, cut the TV on immediately. We get up and roll out. We drive, and we don't like to be quiet when we drive, and we cut the radio on.
Yeah, so it's
we got to be quiet.
It's like basically what he's saying, y'all, is
hey, Delma.
It is people basically looking for quick fixes, but you have to start over manually.
And it's on a practical level, it's choosing yourself in every decision on a practical level.
Right.
So if you hear what I'm saying and you know it's true, right? And you know, damn, that nigga Darius right, I do need to meditate. But you don't go meditate, you're not being true to yourself. You might make some other stuff like, I'm tired. That's not true to yourself.
Right.
The first instinct you had was to meditate. The other layers of probably unsurface anxiety or doubting yourself, you may think I can't meditate low key. And that's keeping you from doing it. But you would never know that unless you be silent.
Or you don't believe in it.
Big facts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got you. So, without trying to get too personal, how long was this fight with depression for you?
Oof. Oh, man. Probably... The earliest I can remember I started probably when I was 12. This really started for.
Do you know? Do you know what happened to trigger it, or what happened to lead to it?
Sure, man. If I'm being fair, and this is gonna be real deep. Mm-hmm. I was sexually abused when I was younger, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's deep, and because it happens a lot in black families, and we don't really address it that often. But I think me going through therapy has shown me that a lot of these issues stem from that kind of thing and not having a proper perspective on it.
Okay.
So I mean,
did therapy help out? Because is that an option for people? You think,
bruh? I cannot lie to you. That's one of the top 5 decisions I made in my life.
Therapy,
no question.
So
top 5.
You recommend therapy? I
recommend therapy to anybody because we got to change this. What is the stigma on it? You're not crazy to see a therapist. A psychologist is somebody trying to help you, give you the tools to think differently.
Yeah, to sharpen your mind.
The thinking that we have now is not working, obviously.
Basically to restructure your mind, your mindset.
Exactly. Right.
But I think a problem would be like therapy is expensive.
I mean, if you're working and your job gives you insurance, that's great because usually most of them offer EAP. That's how I started my therapy. My first 6 sessions were free. Or if you're not working, bro, get out here and get this insurance that they're offering you. You're a United States citizen. You can get insurance.
Or I would like to say this because for people who not working, if you have genuine friends,
big facts.
Just regular outings with them would be
this guy.
Yeah,
he's on the money.
Yeah, just regular outings would be therapy. You know, you go without no agendas. Like it can't be like, okay, we're going out to handle this business. No, go out, have fun. You know what I'm saying? And try to make it consistent. You know what I mean? And basically, that's a form of therapy. At least it is to me.
Big fact, because you're going to talk.
Yeah.
All right, you can't see it.
You get things off your chest. You smile. You laugh. That's a big part of everything. Try to smile and laugh more. You good over there? Having technical difficulties?
I definitely am because Tiffany put a really deep comment right here, and I definitely want to address it because she was very true with herself on this joint.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tiffany.
Yeah, man, she's struggling with some things, and I think that's really dope that she came out like that.
Okay, so y'all gotta excuse us because we actually had the live feedback, and he's gonna address it.
Whitney? I can't see the bottom of your message, but here's the thing.
What'd she say?
She put fighting with depression and she feels like a walking addict and an alcoholic and no one knows it. I'm assuming that says, but for some reason my phones don't love me at all, so I can't press that. Well, they love me, they just be wilding. I can't press it. But that's how I dealt with depression for a long time.
Drinking?
Not even drinking, just
smoking.
External things, bro. Like on a real like a base level.
Give us some examples.
Just I was using something to alleviate it. Almost like I got a headache, so I take a Advil.
Okay, got you.
I got pain, I take a drink.
Got you.
I got pain, I take a smoke.
Got you.
I got pain, I get some cheeks.
Facts. Big facts.
I mean, we can go further. I got pain, I go out and dance and book some girls so I can feel confident about myself.
Right.
We can go deep.
And
I got pain, I want to fight somebody.
But it always ends up wearing off, and you be right back in the same situation.
Because it don't work that way.
Right.
It don't work that way.
How does it work?
It starts here.
He's pointing to his mind.
Motherfucker.
No, I mean, because you I'm just saying I got you though. Because
that cursor for the record, my mother just joined this.
Yeah, because you live with your fans, and
I keep forgetting.
I'm not visual with my fans, so I'm just like I gotta explain. It's good though. I love this.
I gotta get used to that.
I love this though. I love this.
Nah, bro, but honestly, it starts with your thinking. Because here's the thing, like, I'll tell you how my. Can I just get a story of how my depression turned around, and maybe it'll help people see.
Of course.
I was suicidal for a long time.
How long?
Shit. 2011 maybe 2010 I would say.
So about 7-8 years. I try to get all the details because it's you wouldn't believe it's people walking exactly in your shoes that won't say nothing about it. So
yeah,
so go ahead. 7-8 years.
Yeah, I was suicidal. I had imagined it. I had saw ways that I would do it, all types of stuff. And then people know my show. I'm a vape break because I'm getting a little. Okay. It's a little deep conversation.
Yeah, he has to.
Gotta get some nicotine.
Calm himself down.
Alleviate myself real quick. You hit me. Hey, I saw you, bruh. I saw you at the DC meat joint.
Who that?
Somebody just joined my live. I saw him earlier.
Oh, okay.
You ain't say what's up though. It's like, nah, bruh, I love you. But look though, so this is how my depression turned around. This is the condensed true story.
Okay.
I was suicidal. I thought about it frequently. And when I went to therapy, they eventually gave me medication. So the medication went from like antidepressants, and then it went on to anti-anxiety, and then it went on to your bipolar.
Okay.
Or they call it schizoaffective, which is like a mix of bipolar and paranoia. Think people looking at you funny, you got social anxiety, and stuff like that. So one day I was in my bed, bruh. And the only reason, I'm going to be very clear too, the only reason I never committed suicide is I just couldn't do that to people. That's the true answer.
To other people?
To other people who's struggling. What would that do for their life? That's so selfish. Sure, I get out, but what? Oh my God.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that to people.
It starts a chain effect of the people that look up to you that Yeah, I got you.
I refused. So I sat in my bed, man, and I was like, all right, bruh. I was reading this book, and it was called How to Predict Your Future by Creating It. So the title got me.
Okay.
Like, interesting. I'll see what the fuck you talking about. Let me confirm what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah.
So I read that book, and it got to a point where he was like, all right, and at this point, you got to go out there and be social. And I was like, I'd rather die than go be extroverted. Fuck, I'm done with that shit. I'm not trying. But I sat in my bed one night, and I was thinking, I was like, all right, bro, if we been truthful, like, everything in life has brought you to a better point. Like, you can't say that you can't sit down and put my life on a sheet of paper. And it's probably for anybody.
Right.
You can't put your life on a sheet of paper and say you're not better unless you're only focusing on these little midpoints or plateaus.
So what do you mean by midpoints and plateaus?
Breakups. Lost your house. Yeah, but you probably ended up getting a better house, or you probably ended up going somewhere where you found yourself. But let me just keep it back because it's all going to make sense, I promise you.
Okay.
So I'm in the bed. I'm thinking like, all right, bruh, you live your whole life with anxiety, being like, always thinking, am I saying the right thing? Do I look tough enough? Do I look masculine enough? Do I look effeminate? All that kind of stuff. And it's brought you nothing, really.
Right.
I mean, it's really brought you nothing but physical ailments, because the more you stress, the more you fuck your body up.
Facts.
Brain ailments. Now you got this whole improper autopilot thinking. So I'm thinking to myself, just laying down like, all right, man. And I'm even getting nervous talking about it because it's so dear. Because this shit changed my life.
Right.
And I said, all right, bruh, what would be the worst shit that can happen if you tried the other way? If you just completely reverse the shit. Completely be positive. Completely say yes to everything. Completely go in every situation that look funny. What's the worst? You already want to die.
Fact.
That's what I told myself. I said, you already want to die. The worst thing that can happen is you die. So for you not even saying yes to these things is illogical. That's another story. So I said, all right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it for 2 weeks. And then my therapy, they called this shit like cognitive restructuring. It's a scientific name for it. It's essentially restructuring the layers of your brain. That's on a literal level. But so, all right, after that, every day, somebody said, come here, do this. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. That looks sketchy. Cool. I walked into it, and I thought positive. I said, it looks sketchy, but nothing bad's going to happen. I just lied to myself, essentially, if you want to call it that. I ain't had no money. That's okay. I'll find some money. I lied to myself. And in 2 weeks, I met the most people. I gained the most money. I got the jobs I wanted. And I wrote this checklist in February.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I got the book right here. I can show you, bro. It's dated. Everything I'm doing now, I wrote it in that book in February. That's when I stopped reading that book. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that part of it. And just me changing my mind, changing the way I thought about shit, changed everything. It's drastic, bro. It's quite literally drastic.
And so you said this all started with therapy, meditation.
Yeah, man. And it don't need to, yeah. But it ultimately
it's people just changing your mindset. Because it's people that want to change, that don't know like where to start at.
I'm going to say start with meditation. And you can start doing that shit for a minute to 5 minutes. I guarantee you see a difference. You keep doing it. Ain't no way. You look inside. You got the answers. I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I'll give you an allegory, or kind of I like this funny little metaphor, or just funny little circle psychology. If somebody give you advice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you take it in your brain and you analyze it, and you kick it back and forth, and then you either accept it or deny it, right? If you accept it, who really gave you the advice?
You.
They gave you something a statement. You took that advice.
Basically a suggestion.
They gave you a suggestion. They gave you something that may have worked for them, or maybe they look at your problem and they have a different frequency perspective on it. But you kick it around in your dome. You literally say it to yourself. You go, that does make sense. I could do it like this. Blah, blah, blah. And then you say, okay, I'll do it. Who gave you the advice? You. The answer's already in you. The problem is we're not still enough to hear it. And then you got whole other kinds of issues, food and all these other kind of issues. We're going backwards, bruh. We're just going backwards. We gotta swoop this bitch around a little bit. Excuse my language.
No, you good. All right, so another thing I want to touch on, and all of this is going to tie together.
Yo, what's good?
Anybody else saying anything before we?
Nah, but I do just want to say about the alcoholism.
Okay, touch that.
this is how I look at. Let's say I'm stressed right now in this situation, like something stressful or perceived as stressful to happen. This is why. How do I even articulate this in a really healthy way? The way that I do my decision making now, so I can stay in this zone, is in every decision, I step back from the scenario first of all.
Right.
Realize the universe ain't fighting you. I step back and I go, all right, this is happening. Whatever's happening. And then I go, this is happening and I have decisions to make about how I respond to what's happening. I literally say that to myself, like, oh, hold on, wait. Oh, something weird's happening. Like, this is bad happened. Somebody died. Oh, shoot, my car just, whatever.
Right.
This is happening to me. This is not good. It's technically, on a technical level. So I go, I have a decision to make about how I respond to this. I can perceive it as whatever. Your choice is your choice of perception is yours. This is what I would do. I want to make a decision that's going to ascend my thought processing higher.
Okay.
And then let me break that down in very layman terms. I want to make a decision that's going to move me into a better place about whatever the scenario is. If I make a decision that my car broke and this shit always happened to me and it's going to keep happening to me, that is not going to move me into a better place. That's going to move me into a deeper place where I want to drink, where I don't want to think about that. I got to move into this shit ain't forever.
Right.
And at least I had this car for this point. Shit, this nigga's walking. This niggas ain't got shoes.
Yeah.
And then my thought process leads me to gratefulness. Damn, it's cool that I have a car, I guess, for that time period, whatever.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's also, that's why I love, like...
Yo, what's good, bro?
That's why I love... no, you good. I love the homeless outreach because the homeless outreach kind of levels you to a... It brings you down to a certain reality that a lot of people tend to get away from. Because when you watch the superstars, you watch celebrities and whatnot, it's like people tend to gravitate to what they're doing. But if anybody got any questions, you know,
type them joints up.
Yeah, but the superstars that I pay attention to, they're less fortunate because that's who you really learn from, in my opinion, because they have nothing.
Yeah,
you know, and they seem to be at the most peace. That's facts, though, right?
Well, I'm thinking about a Buddha story. You told me that. I just thought.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What is it?
I can tell you a story.
Go ahead.
Hey, Buddha's my man. So I'm happy I can tell y'all this story. So when Buddha first left the palace, Buddha was like born of a king, so of a queen. So he left the palace and he saw this broke man sitting on the side of the road. And he asked this travel person. He was like, "Why would this person give up all the pleasures of life to sit right there and be broke and not do nothing?" And the dude was like, he gave it up to search for the true meaning of life. And he answers, because unfortunately, and I don't know when we gonna learn this, money, this is the biggest one, can't fix it. Nothing outside of you can do it.
It's if you come on to money, it's gonna enhance who you already are.
Boy, the bigger facts. Yeah. Money amplifies who you are on the inside.
That's all. So if you're broken, you're going to be broken times.
Have we not looked at enough celebrities who have unfortunately committed suicide? And are we not going to be scientists of living, logical thinkers, and go, hold on, we keep saying that when I get the money, I'll be happy. But why these other people who got the money ain't happy?
Yeah, and plenty of it, but they be lonely.
Very.
It's love.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot, man. Because a lot of celebrities live off the love from their fans, not the love for themselves. So if they lose the love for their fans, they can't hit the number one spot no more, then they are automatically depressed.
And then they think people don't love them, and then that leads to
Markel on hit Jonah.
Yeah,
everybody pay attention to that shit.
Yeah, but man, like those experiences be so humbling. It brings you back to reality because, like I said, I feel like they be the most at peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the event, even today, you know, we you want to adjust the street meet or
yeah, man, that jump is dope. Yeah. So today, Teddy B, Big Dog, invited me out to this thing called DC Street Meet, which is where photographers and models and different kind of creatives just link up and just do creative shit. Now, mind you, introverted days, anxiety days, I'm like, hell nah. Because I ain't about to just pull up on nobody and snap a pic.
Yeah.
Let alone ask them.
Right.
And then that's just a lot of people at one point, at one time, in one space.
It's like hundreds.
But we get there and it's just love everywhere. Everybody smiling, music playing, the sun shining, great connections, great vibe, black, white, Spanish, Asian, just beautiful. And we go, all right, man, like, I wonder what the hood would be like if everybody followed their passions and be true and got out their box like we just did today. Right. Like, I wonder what my man who be baking, you know what I'm saying, for whatever, I wonder if he wanted to be a chemist. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if my man that do the numbers, you know what I'm saying, that work the books for me, I wonder if he wanted to really be an accountant, low key. But he just don't want to get out his box. He don't want to leave the hood for fear of what the hood may think. Yeah. And again, where that change start at?
Or didn't have the proper mindset back then to want to pursue things like that.
Pursue things in that way.
And now feel like you're in too deep to. Oh, a lot of people feel like when they hit a certain point that it's too late.
Well, I'll say too, and they feel like, oh, that's acting white.
Yeah.
At a certain point, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
As an occupation, as a color.
Because honestly, when it comes to the thinking it's too late thing, that's something I'm kind of guilty with, because as you know, we do music, but I often find myself asking like, yo, I'm 29. Is it too late for me to like? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's some real shit right there.
Right.
That's some real shit.
But as my closest people to me always say, is like, yo, if you love doing it, just do it. It doesn't matter how old you
Facts.
are. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even care about like.
Right, and that's what keeps
you following your bliss.
Yeah, and that's what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I love to do, so I'm just gonna do it no matter how, you know, the age thing works out and whatnot. But man, at the end of the day, you have to find self-love.
Mm-hmm. That's how you defeat depression.
Yeah,
you love yourself. Trust yourself. When you know, a lot of my stuff on my brand is about how you create your own reality by thinking.
Right.
And I'll do it on a practical level, because I always talk about the science. But on the practical level, let's say you start being positive, you start seeing good in every situation. So you pull up to a social media and you think like, back in the day you used to think like, oh, these niggas look kind of sneaky, or this female might hurt me.
Yeah.
And you start switching and go, this person is probably like a good person, might be great connection. You start thinking like that, it actually happens. And then you realize, oh, snap, on a practical level, I'm changing my life because I'm moving myself into different circles, and I'm moving myself to the things that I always wanted to do.
Right.
And it really does change your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because once it starts to happen, you can feel it happening, and then it makes you like, you know what, I can keep this going. Let's keep this going. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, I think I'm onto something.
Yeah,
I think I should live more like this.
So yeah, like I be talking to a lot of people trying to get them to change their mindset, but a lot of people just be like so stuck in their ways. They don't want to. It's a lot of people will prefer to be miserable.
I want to do yoga.
They want to be miserable if they can be comfortable being miserable.
Boy, comfortable.
Yeah.
Buddha.
Yeah.
Ain't no.
It's a natural.
Yin and yang.
It's a natural. I understand it, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is what I learned is life is going to make you uncomfortable regardless.
It's just going to be situations where it's not always going to be comfort as an available option.
Right.
The fact that we fight for the comfort in places that is not available in that sense, that's the problem, the resistance. To get out the flow. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do a cookout and it rain, you gonna fight against the elements. It may be something, a reason that you got to reschedule that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's reasons to all this. Nothing happened on accident, bro. Nothing.
I agree. I definitely,
but it's the truth.
Definitely agree. Man, I just feel like we're taking some awesome strides.
Yeah.
As far as like
trying to jump. He says there, flip the table emoji. Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Markel's an a-hole.
And you know, we ain't say to, but it's because we gotta start moving out of love. I forgot to say that.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Like, and like you said, love yourself. When you start loving yourself, you start looking inside yourself. You start loving other people. You start loving other people. You get love back. You move into a place of just feeling of all love. You feel depressed because you don't feel love. You don't feel like nobody hear you. Like the world don't love you. Like the elements is even fighting against you.
Right.
Black people specifically feel like this shit fighting against us.
Right.
This shit ain't fighting against us. This shit is here to love us. We gotta change our mind first.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, for real.
So, I got a question, right? So no, there's not nothing bad this time. You know what I'm saying?
At this nigga Markel.
Oh yeah.
He on Facebook Live joning, yeah.
So I'm gonna actually
love without conditions, baby.
So I want to address.
Get back to dating too.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I want to address like unhealthy relationships. Like some people are in some unhealthy relationships, and what would you tell a person? Have you? First of all, have you ever been in one?
Yeah, man. I think probably 100% of my relationships were unhealthy.
All of them.
100.
All
of them.
All right. So this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to pick a random relationship.
Sure.
And I want you to tell just one situation.
I want to pick my last one like shit.
Nah, don't. I mean, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. And I want you to tell a random situation of how it was unhealthy.
All right, sure. Let me see. All right, perfect. So I met this girl, right? I was a tattoo artist. If y'all not familiar with me, I was a tattoo artist for like a little bit over 5-6 years. So I met this girl through tattooing another client.
Okay.
Dude I went to school with. That was his girl at the time. So she became my client or whatever. She stopped coming with him. Told me they broke up. Cool. So I ended up getting a number while we hung up. Cool. It was perfect, bruh. So we ended up actually like talking.
Okay.
And while we was talking, she was like, "Oh, I'm still with him, but I'm about to break up with him."
Oh yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say talking. Before that point, she told me she was still with him, about to break up with him. So that's the point we slide into like more like, oh, we dating, like I'm interested in you, not just friend type shit. No more.
Right.
So she broke up with the dude, and then we got together, and we was probably together for like a year, and we had an amazing bond. I'm not even gonna swear to you. One of the biggest bonds I think I ever shared with a person.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna swear to you. This is probably
even to this day.
We don't share that bond to this day.
No, I mean like.
Even to this day, I could say that's. I don't think. I mean, that's probably one of the persons. I mean, yeah. If I'm being fair, I had probably the most love for this woman out of any woman I've loved.
Gotcha.
I could say that like I was truthfully in love with her. So we dating. It's very unhealthy because we both going through our own scenarios. And we dealt with it with smoking together. That created another kind of bond psychologically.
Okay.
Codependency. We depending on each other for alleviation. We would use sex. I would create music, and she was my biggest fan.
Okay.
Or we would use drugs or alcohol. She would struggle a lot with alcoholism. It literally runs in both of our families.
Gotcha.
So it gets to a point where, we're having unprotected sex. She supposedly gets pregnant. I hope I'm not being long-winded this story, man.
No.
She supposedly get pregnant, and I'm like, damn. So I'm tattooing, and I'm doing freelance right at the moment. So it's up and down. Right. Entrepreneurship is up and down.
I hope niggas
know that shit. This shit ain't guaranteed.
It might be popping 1 week. Next week you might be sitting.
You hit me. This shit ain't the guaranteed. It's not.
Facts.
So I'm like, damn. Like if I'm about to have an actual child, I'm gonna have to give me like a part time or something.
Okay.
So I even give me a little part time. Cool. So over the course of us talking, I had been able to interact with her friends and family and stuff like that. She took me to her house, which was, maybe 40 minutes from my house.
Okay.
So one of the clients that was a mutual friend of both of us came to me while we were tattooing, was like, bruh, I'm not going to swear to you. I was just drinking with her last week. She not pregnant. She's lying to you.
For real?
She told me straight like, it was a female. Told me straight like that, and I'm just like, what? You wild? You lying? You're like, bro, I'm dead. Look at the text message. We was talking about getting the bottle. And I'm just like, what? So I'm like, damn, I gotta address her. So, motherfucking vape break real quick, y'all.
He always does this, y'all. As soon as he gets to the good part, it's always commercial break.
Yeah, shameless plug. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
no, it's not just you there, Markel. So look, I'm like, damn. So if she's truly not pregnant, I gotta confront her, right? Now, mind you, up until this point, there was a weird instance where the dude she used to talk to, he pulled up at my house.
What?
Yeah. So he put up at my house, and I'm thinking like, oh, he probably just salty because we did go to school together, and I just like low key stole this girlfriend. I took her out of one relationship, and she exited it and got in this relationship.
Right.
that's kind of low key dirty. That's some dirty shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a move out of love. You know what I'm saying? So, I call her and I'm like, hey, can you come through? Can you bring me like 2 Capones, which is little mini cigarillos? And she's like, all right, cool, bet. So when she get there, I confront her, and I'm just like, they told me this, blah blah. You're not pregnant, and I called her a B word, which is like one of the only times I ever called a woman a B word, like in that way.
Okay.
And she just went off, bruh. She slapped me, took a bottle, broke my window, my house window.
For real?
Yeah, took my phone. And just start like going off. So I'm trying to get her out the house. Like, this lady is wilding. So all my friends like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, bruh, I lie to you not. And I'm gonna make sure I curb this to the positivity because it's a full circle to this joint.
Okay.
She literally hanging on my leg like a little kid. Like, and this, you know what she's yelling? Give me my Capones back. That was her argument. The $2 that she spent to get that. But that was something that was besides the point. So she took the phone and left.
Okay.
The story get crazy. I'm just going to summarize it because I ain't trying to say nothing illegal.
Okay.
High speed car crash later.
Really?
High speed car crash later. And my phone was disappeared. So look. I'm going to give y'all some backstory so y'all can get some context of how fucked up this relationship was. And I'm going to get to how it's unhealthy. And I'm going to get to how the full circle came back around.
Okay.
And tell me if I'm being long-winded, bro.
Take your time.
So, you know, this whole time we in a relationship, she like, I don't really want to post nothing on Facebook because it's going to look like I'm a thought because I left this one dude that everybody knows you know. Y'all went to school together. Half of your friends is his friends too. I don't want to post nothing on Facebook like that. And I kind of respected that. I was like, yeah, I can kind of see that.
Right.
Bruh, I found out because the little car crash situation happened because I pulled up at Doghouse. I found out that the whole time we was dating, she was still with this dude.
Really?
And she'd be like, I'm on my way to your house. I'm stuck in traffic. You know where I live or whatever, right? She lived in Wheaton. I live in Fordsville. It's like 40 minutes. I found out she lived 5 minutes away.
For real? And
right down the street.
So what was taking so long? She was
just lying. She would just say, she's just lying. And now, let me point out all the red flags. Okay. She would leave in the middle of the night. She left one relationship to get in this relationship. She betrayed one person to betray another.
Yeah.
We had codependency within ourselves. We was using, like I said, we used each other as stress relief, which we didn't find the relief within ourselves. We didn't have peace within ourselves. We had to use something out of us.
Right.
And it was a relationship based off lies because if we both being fair, I was fucking around too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had fucked around too. And I don't know if she was fucking around besides that point, but I had fucked around. So you got all those unhealthy habits, betrayal, red flags up and down. The first red flag was that she was in a relationship.
Right. Facts.
Red flag number 1. Like, that's something y'all gotta address. Like, why do you feel that this is comfortable? Like, do you feel like that's loving to be this way with me while you with this person?
Right.
Like, that's not really loving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, let me catch my thought. Deep story, man.
You good.
But I'm gonna get to the full circle because we got a whole full circle on this. I promise you.
Yeah. So we definitely need to get to that.
So I hit up people online, right? And I'm like, yeah, she crazy. This happened, blah, blah, blah. I called a nigga. I called a dude.
Okay.
And I'm like, bruh, I didn't even know she was with you the whole time. She been with me the whole time, bruh. She took my phone. She bust my window out. I don't even know if they believe me, bruh.
For real?
Because she destroyed all the evidence. She took my phone. I didn't post nothing on social media.
Right.
She can deny this shit even happened.
Facts.
Some genius shit.
Yeah, that was
Some
out.
genius shit.
That was well thought out.
That was very well thought out. And you know my whole thought process beforehand? This is my dumb, I won't say dumb, this is my narrow thinking before the hand. So I had only dated women from like the hood. I felt like from where we was from.
Okay.
She was from like Winchester, VA. I was like, she do not got that in her.
Right.
My whole intuition was like, you need to watch her, man. Something is a little snaky, a little slithery and shit around there. And that's my intuition told me that the whole time.
Damn.
The whole time I deny it. I said, but she's so pretty. But I have a good time with her. But I love to smoke with her. But she love my music. But here's the full circle. The full circle is years later, we did end up talking, and I did ask her why, like, she did all that. And it's a crazy answer that she gave me.
What was it?
This was her literal statement. You were an expensive habit. That was her quite literal statement. And I'm assuming that meant she felt like us being together, us doing drugs, weed at the time. Even back then, y'all, we couldn't even smoke like that. She was fucking with the Aloha's, K2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, that's why I'm assuming she was saying it's the whole relationship was expensive on that kind of level. And I'm assuming that's why she stayed with this dude, because the dude had a lot of money.
Gotcha.
And I guess I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I was making tattoo money, which was great, but I was blowing it on just getting drunk, getting high.
Facts.
Crazy life. Nothing wrong with that in a sense, unless you're doing it for the right reason, in a sense. Let the people figure it out on their own. But so the full circle is recently. So we've been following each other on social media for like the last, year, 2, or whatever. And we recently came across each other on social media and just seeing it, and she super spiritual.
That's cool. Crazily
spiritual now. And she had 2 children after that. She ended up having a child. It wasn't mine. She has 2 children. She's in a relationship, and she's super spiritual. And at this point, we're so much on the same wavelength of our thinking and how we want to adjust this world and bring love and positivity in this world that we can even use our story.
Right. That's
a full circle of love.
Yeah.
See, she found love for herself. I found love for myself. We didn't even got to address that old shit no more in that kind of way.
Right.
We could just view it as love as something we needed to go through.
Yeah. So,
straight like that.
Being young and being immature.
Being young and wild.
Yeah.
Being young and wild.
That's super dope. So what kind of, before we wrap it up, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's in an unhealthy relationship? Not even that kind of unhealthy relationship, but just unhealthy in general. Like when...
I'm at the dress coat. My whole ring fell off. Damn. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, what kind of advice would you give somebody in an unhealthy relationship?
Realize if you keep saying that you need somebody, that's already codependency. You need someone else to depend on, is what you're saying. When you say, I need someone. Right. No, you don't need anyone. You have everything within yourself. And when you love yourself, you can love somebody else. And they can appreciate y'all. And secondly, listen. Slow down. Address the red flags. What you scared of? Why we scared? Why we can't communicate with each other? When we can't address and say something about what you think is a red flag.
It's one of the biggest faults I believe in this in the culture is communication.
Probably the biggest, bro.
Yeah.
Because if, like, for example, I dated this one girl and she said she liked to go out a lot, and I said I don't like to go out a lot. Right. And we still dated and went together. What? And it was many things like that. You just said one thing that you like, and I just said F that thing that you like. I don't like that at all, and I'm not adjusting to that. Or if I adjust to it, I'll adjust to it slightly. But the problem is, though, with her saying something like that, if you don't mind me addressing it, bro.
Go ahead.
If her saying something like that, is what does go out mean? You like to go out to the movies, you like to go out to the bar, you like to go out of state. Because if I meet your need of going, if I just try to take you out to a bar, but you like going out to amusement parks, you're going to have an unsatisfied need. Then you're going to get bitter. Because over and over you keep seeing people online getting their needs satisfied, and you're like, why this man not satisfying my need? I told him I like to go out, but you didn't communicate what you meant by that.
Right.
And he thinking he fulfilling his needs, so you nagging, and he angry like, I was fulfilling this shit out your needs.
Right.
Communication. That's my advice. You communicate beforehand and realize there's platonic relationships, y'all. Like there's male and female friends. You got to be friends first.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what's missing from that is like something about if you try to be friends, you get thrown in the friend zone. Like people just like to hop right into
they're seeking like the need. I need somebody. Codependent.
Yeah.
They don't want to be by themselves. Why? What you scared of them? Scared of yourself. You scared to be quiet.
That's a bunch of dope shit today.
I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, a bunch of dumb shit today.
Yeah,
I definitely want to thank you for coming through.
Thank you for letting me rap for like a good 30 minutes.
Man, it's as long as you're dropping knowledge, it's all good with me.
Appreciate
so that. I mean, we already plugged the social medias earlier.
Hey.
Anybody before we go? Anybody on live saying anything?
Yo, anybody on live? Y'all got any questions? Type it now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah,
we'll
give them.
We gonna give you a second because y'all might got Android.
Yeah,
I'm playing. I got both phones hooked up right now.
Yeah. Until then, this is another Get Your Shine On podcast. Teddy B, D Wright.
Bless.
Had so much fun today. Dropped so much knowledge today. Ain't nobody type nothing. We got 5 seconds.
So. I think we got 5 seconds. Hold on. Why you so annoying? That's a good question. It's my energy.
Well,
I make people want to be free, and my energy's so free. I'm just like,
yeah,
see, I'm comfortable.
That's dope. Well, we out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.